Hey guys, dating life gone pretty shitty?
I find you so creepy, I think you should have to walk around with a bell around your neck.
Finding yourself getting a little desperate for some female companionship?
Alexa, tell me you love me.
Hell no. You disgust me.
What you need is to upgrade your style right now. The Toxic Store's got exactly what you need. Pick up some stylish gear featuring Deviant Gamer, Toxic Radio, and the Heavy Metal Happy Hour.
Oh, yeah!
You can find the store through the Toxic Radio app or toxicradio.net. Get in the game.
Do I make you horny, baby?
Get yourself a little love.
That guy's getting boobies.
Yeah, he is.
Toxic Radio and the Toxic Store. Don't buy it safe. Buy it toxic. Time to whip out your Christmas balls.
Oh my god.
With Toxic Radio's Kick-Ass Christmas. All December long, nothing but rockin' Christmas tunes. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Not the same old boring Christmas songs over and over again.
Better watch out, better not cry.
It's a kick-ass Christmas.
Santa Claus is coming to
Only on Toxic Radio.
All right, everybody, it's Christmas. Let's party.
Don't play it safe. Play it toxic. Ho, 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 bitches. While you're rocking with us at Toxic Radio, don't forget to check us out on social media.
I want details, and I want them right now.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Now you're talking, brother.
Chat with us, keep up on news. Just don't make it weird. Don't be a stalker. Don't be that guy.
You just want to suck the joy out of everything.
Toxic Radio. Get infected.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Birds Deep Podcast. I am the Godfrey, TheEGODFrey. And to my left, or my right, depending on how you're looking at it, you got Mean Gene over here.
Mean! Whoa! Gene!
He's fired up about the COVID protocols. We aren't on the list. We will be playing tonight, and we will not have protocols going on here. We can sit
What are our
next to each other.
protocols going on?
I didn't
Bro,
know.
if you have COVID, don't fucking come in.
Yeah, well, I probably won't. I wouldn't.
We're going to have protocols here. I don't
Are
want
we sure?
I don't want the Godfrey COVID.
I already had it.
So did I.
So,
Last
the Godfrey
December.
COVID or COVID?
No, the COVID.
The COVID.
The 19 COVID. Not the 20 or 21 COVID. The 19 COVID.
So, yeah, so we got tons to talk about. Obviously, the hot topic of the night is going to be, we're not here to talk about COVID. You could come to my show to talk about that. But we're here to talk Eagles. But unfortunately, the Eagle has landed on COVID, pun intended.
We have a primetime game at least.
Yeah. Tuesday, right?
I'm fucking sickened by that.
What time, though?
I don't know. It's stupid. It's really dumb that the Eagles get punished for this. And if you don't think it's a punishment, I don't know what you're looking at. Washington had a COVID outbreak. They said before the season, if the COVID outbreak started from an unvaccinated player, which it did, Montez Sweat, he's not even playing, that the team would have to figure it out or forfeit.
Yeah, but how do they find out that? How can they trace that back to him, though?
He's the first one to test positive. He's non-vaccinated.
But how do they know it came from him, though? I mean, I don't think you can't definitively say that, right?
The outbreaks start. They have tracing on them, bro. What do you mean they can't definitively?
Could have
say
came
that?
from anybody though in there. I mean, you can't definitively say it came from. I think. Listen, you're right about the NFL making that rule, and you're
Don't
right.
make a rule if you're going to break the rule.
I don't.
And now Philadelphia has to play down the stretch, coming off a bye week. They're rested. They're ready. They have to sit another 2 days, and then they have to play a short week off a bye. Now you're re-injuring yourself. Like, that's not right, bro. If you're a Philadelphia Eagles player and you followed all your protocols and didn't get sick, and now you have to play a Tuesday night game, it's not the Tuesday night game I'm concerned about. It's the Sunday game on the short week. These guys' bodies have to recover.
I hear that. I just don't know. I mean, NFL set a precedent last year of moving games, so I don't know how they weren't going to be able to do it. I mean,
But they said before the season, we're not doing that this year. We're doing this is what we're doing. If you have a
the Browns game got moved. I mean, was that
Bro,
moved before the Eagles game or after? I don't remember the time.
Browns game got moved to Monday from Saturday, I believe, and the Rams game got moved to Tuesday. Rams Seahawks.
Is it speculative or just curious that after the Monday night game there was about 9 Rams that had COVID? Is that a coincidence?
What do you think, they went out and partied?
No, I just think with the testing, a lot of guys seem to come down with it on Monday or Tuesday if they're in a game.
Oh, you mean they don't like really test it Sunday morning?
Yeah. We have it already. Like Beckham had it the next day. Boom. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like literally, it's the test 9 a.m. in the morning.
I'm like, the timing is just so perfect. I don't know how it works out like
if
that.
you're looking for a conspiracy theory, I'm not going to argue against it.
Yeah, I mean,
what I will argue against is the fact that you seem to think it's okay that the NFL is moving the game from Sunday to Tuesday.
I just don't know.
Wrong.
I just don't know what they could have done. Really, I mean, you got TV contracts, all that shit. I mean, they're all about the money. NFL's
so they have 18 players out.
Is that more? I thought it was
20.
more.
20. It's a 53-man roster. They have a 10-person practice squad. That means they have 43 players.
I think they don't want another Saints-Broncos game again. KJ Hamler playing quarterback.
They did that to them, though.
I know.
You can't pick and choose when to set precedent. There's billions of dollars on the line.
NFL does that, though. I mean, I'll give you an example. And we'll tie it into COVID, even though it's not tied into COVID. Antonio Brown caught with a fake vaccine card. 3-game suspension. If that was Scotty Watson or whatever that guy's name is on the Buccaneers, probably cut, right?
Yeah, but it's not
Scotty Miller.
But he's not as good of a. That's not the NFL. The NFL's not cutting him. The Buccaneers are.
No,
cutting
I know,
him.
but that's the culture throughout the whole organization.
It's a really bad example.
Listen, the NFL disciplines, they suspend him for 3 games, not the team. Like that's enforced by Roger Goodell.
Correct. So if the NFL would have suspended Scotty Miller for 3 games, they did it because Antonio Brown was one of 3 players.
He would have got cut.
No, there's 3 players in the Bucs that got caught with a fake vaccine card. The only one you heard about was Antonio Brown because he's the only one that matters.
Mark somebody and some other guy.
Yeah,
but
the end of my dick and yeah.
Didn't some dude? The other dude, one of the dudes got cut, didn't he?
I mean, yeah, they can't afford to have their 51st guy suspended for 3 games. They'll make another roster spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hear you.
It cost them a shot.
Talent wins. I'm just saying, the NFL's about talent. They're not about doing the right thing. They're gonna keep.
Obviously,
they'll never. I always, when they said they would forfeit, I never believed it because of TV contracts. And the reason is this: they have to refund advertising time to all the advertisers if that game doesn't go through.
Yep, not just
all
advertisers, all the people that bought tickets to the game.
Those two.
I mean, it's a lot. TV contracts, vendors.
I think an Eagles fan has a right to be pissed though if it went from Sunday
if you work
to Tuesday.
Tuesday nights?
That's a legitimate concern. I think the Eagles should refund them the ticket. Personally, full refund.
Well, I'm sure they could sell it for more value.
Possibly.
I think Tuesday night you'll get more people to pay more money because it'd be like a primetime game.
Possibly. You know, when I think of Tuesday night games in the Eagles, I have flashbacks to Joe Webb.
Jesus. I knew you were going to bring up Joe Webb.
And everybody thought that was a win, and it should have been a win. And that game really, actually, the Eagles.
Can you imagine if the Eagles lost this game after that? Like, there's no way they were losing Sunday, right?
Right.
None.
Now,
imagine they lost this game because they broke the rules due to football team protocol.
They should still beat them, though. But, that would be.
That'd be tragic to their season.
Yep.
We're just sitting here like, it's fine. We won football. Health and safety. My ass, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
NFL doesn't care about health and safety. Another player got murdered 6 people with CTE.
Yeah, that's
care about health and safety.
Yeah. Well, I never believed that because if they cared about health and safety, they wouldn't let people drink the shit out of alcohol in the stadium. Then they have a limit and beforehand, so they don't. So it's all about the dollar with them. That's why the NFL makes the money. But they keep rolling like a steamroller. They haven't canceled a game yet. I don't think that's ever going to happen. You know, it's running wild. It's over 70 players total in the NFL.
Yes.
I don't know the exact number. It goes up every day, but it's over 70. I know
it's
that.
everywhere, man. It's everywhere. COVID's running rampant again, and I'm not going to get into the COVID, my COVID thoughts and all that shit. That's not for here nor there. But
what about the protocols for football that has changed about I'm using the wrong term here, but when you test positive and then you test negative, they've made the time shorter when you can return to play.
If you're vaccinated, you
if
don't
you're
have
vaccinated.
to test.
Okay.
It's 2 days. You can get 2 negative tests back to back.
Last week, I found it odd that Keenan Allen was vaccinated, didn't end up playing. I guess maybe he really got sick. Mike Williams was not, and he ended up getting back first. They followed the right protocols. I'm not saying they didn't, but I just thought it was odd. I was like, how does that work? Like, he's not vaccinated, he's back, and he was allowed to be back. But I'm just like, okay, does that make any sense? It was like weird. Not this past game where the Chargers kind of fucked up, where Staley did. Maybe he had COVID. Maybe that was.
Oh God! Don't get me started on Brandon Staley. Brandon Staley. You want to talk about costing your team a win?
Yeah.
That's what that was. That was costing your team a win last night. They left 9 points on the football field. They decided they didn't want to kick field goals last night.
Yeah, even put in there.
Embarrassing.
Even put in there, and their field goal kicker is at least above average. I would say he's a decent field goal kicker.
Probably were from at the 5-yard line.
Right.
I could make that.
There was one for that would have been from the 35-yard line, right?
Yeah. What 25? We kicked it from the 42.
So even if you give them 2 out of 3, they're not in overtime. And plus, I just feel like that whole offensive staff, it was paralysis by overanalysis. And what I mean by that is, I'm not against analytics. I know it's part of the game. It's a useful tool. But I do think that sometimes these coaches overthink things. And the Chiefs, it didn't make any sense because the Chiefs, right? People have kind of figured out until last night, they were slowing down Tyreek Hill and taking that away and saying beat us the other way, throwing the ball underneath. You were slowing down the offense.
They never slowed down Tyreek Hill all night.
They didn't. No. But they were at least going punch for punch on offense. And I just blown away by that because they would have been the number 1 seed, I believe, because they would have beat the Chiefs twice and had the division. Right?
The Patriots are number 1 seed.
Number 1. So they'd have been number 2. But now they're all the way down to 6, I believe. And
because they're not a division winner.
Yeah, but they would have been in the driver's seat for the division because they had 2. They would have swept the Chiefs. What a missed opportunity by a rookie head coach right there.
Oh my God! And it's a perfect point to bring up analytics and how it's affecting today's game. By the way, on our ticker, I apologize for the typo. It's analytics, not Niolytics.
Niolytics.
But with that being said, analytics it's absolutely taking coaches and putting them in a situation where, I have to make this decision because the book says to make this decision. I like points.
Yeah.
And I get 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. I get 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. I don't get 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. You know the hardest 5 yards in football are?
5 yards from the touch, 5 yards from the end zone.
5 yards from the end zone. They're the hardest 5 yards in football. The percentages from the 5 in are a million times tougher because you can't stretch the defense. The defense has all 11 guys within 15 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So 4th and goal from the 5 is a less than 50% chance.
It's crowded.
Take the points.
Yeah, you should take the points. And when you look at it too, and maybe people say I'm wrong for this one, but I just feel I'd rather take the risk on a 2-point conversion because I feel like I can make up that loss quicker than on the next touchdown if I get it with another 2-point conversion.
And you're chasing points though.
Yeah, you are chasing points, but field goals, I just think people undervalue them in the league. I know it's not sexy. You want to get touchdowns. It's a scoring league. It's a passing league. But come on, man. It doesn't make any sense. Especially
Chiefs did it too.
Yeah.
That ball Patrick Mahomes threw, that was like the worst pass I've ever seen in my life. He was trying to get it out as fast as he possibly could.
The one, the Hardman, where he killed worms. Yeah, that was a worm burner. But
worm burner.
Oh, yeah, the worm burner.
He didn't grip it. He just tried to grip it as fast as he could, and he couldn't. The play was there if he got it right away and fired it there, but he didn't take the time to grip the football.
And what's crazy, he's supposed to be a defensive coach, and I feel like that's an indictment of his D. And his D made a couple plays last night. They made some plays. So if you stayed the course, your D was picking you up, and you win. And then that play where Travis Kelce wins a touchdown, there's no way that should have been taken to the house. That was inexcusable. I was like, what the? Even he said it in the interview, and you look at it, and you're like, there were 2 guys right there. And you would think it was Tyreek Hill with the ball just blazing past him with speed. No, that's not what happened. It was just, they got caught with their pants down. What a poor defensive play. Must have ate with Jonathan Gannon the week before or something. They took some of his scheme. But
I love how you brought it back to the birds.
Yeah, back to the birds. It
Solid segue.
Yeah, it is not an ideal situation for what they're coming into, but at least it's not against the Cowboys. And at least, I don't know.
What does that mean?
I'm just trying to get a positive out of this. That's all.
There's no positive. They got screwed. It's not this game I'm worried about. It's the next game that we're playing. Like, the Giants are going to play Sunday.
They better be able to beat Mike Glennon and the Giants.
I understand that, but they got to play Tuesday and then Sunday. That's not really fair.
Yeah.
And if you think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you have a short week of practice, you have your walkthrough Saturday, and you're running into a situation where your body's not fully recovered. So are you really practicing Wednesday if you win Tuesday night?
Yeah, it's not ideal.
It's a non-padded practice on Wednesday.
So the Eagles players were upset. There was a lot. Were they tweeting?
Tons of them were.
What were they saying?
Fletcher Cox, Darius Slay. I thought the rules were very clear. They're not rescheduling games. They're forfeiting.
Yeah.
Like all these players that follow the protocols.
Well, they rescheduled last year. They're not rescheduling for teams.
This year, they said that.
For teams that have not 100% vaccination, or what was it? Or just they have an outbreak and they didn't follow the protocols?
What they said was when an outbreak starts with an unvaccinated player, that team will forfeit that game. That's the rule.
Yeah. The problem is could they pinpoint it to them? We all probably can guess.
Okay, let's just say it wasn't. Unvaccinated players spread it to other people. Contact tracing shows that. So after he got it, other people got it. Like even if he didn't start the outbreak, then he got it and spread it to other people.
This is the thing about that too, and I'm if you don't want
unvaccinated Montez Sweat, you only got it.
If you don't want to get the vaccination, fine with me. But these players, when you're on a team sport like that, I wonder what the locker room is thinking in the Washington Redskins locker room. I know what the Eagles players are thinking. They're like, this is bullshit. We did a good job. Watkins is out on the list, right? I think that's about it, right? So it hasn't spread, thank goodness, because Watkins must have been on the list, 4 or 5 days ago?
Yeah, but the Eagles are handling their protocols properly.
Right.
They're handling their protocols the way they should. Contact tracing, masks, like all that stuff they're doing. Like the Eagles haven't had an outbreak in 2 years because they're doing things the right way.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the way it's supposed to be. But someone did bring up a good point here. How do you know the Eagles don't play Washington and then an outbreak comes from playing with these players and then it spreads to our team and then...
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Which my point once again is they should have to forfeit the game. And Brad, you're absolutely correct. They'll never cancel games with so much money involved. You're right. But that's not the point. Don't say it then. Don't say that that's what you're going to do.
And I guess they were trying to scare players into getting vaccinated, and that failed. I mean,
miserably?
Huh?
Miserably?
Yeah, for sure. And it's just it's stupid. And they realized that their protocols were, I don't know, bad because the NFL agreed to postpone 3 games this week, and the union agreed to work out further modifications of the COVID-19 protocols, according to a source. The NFL wants to make it easier for the teams with COVID issues to field sufficient players by shortening the time period for the return of a vaccinated asymptomatic player who has tested positive. So, they said with the Omicron variant being more contagious but causing less illness, I don't know. That's a whole nother debate here.
I'm tired of hearing all these fucking variants, dude.
Yeah.
I just know that the Philadelphia Eagles didn't have an outbreak. The
They
Washington
didn't.
football team did have an outbreak. The Washington football team didn't follow protocols. The Washington football team is known for cultural issues inside their entire organization. Dan Snyder's
forever.
fucking threatening people so they don't talk to over the email scandal. Like, bro, that organization stinks.
They do.
They're garbage, bro. Light that organization on fire.
Worst team name in football, Washington football team.
Although I will tell you this, they have a couple new names, and there's one I really like.
The Syringes?
No, they have like they've narrowed it down to 8 names. Actually, that'll be a fun topic for the show. Let's just talk about it right now. Washington football team's 8 names. You'll get a good laugh out of some of these.
There was a guy who trademarked a bunch of names I read a while ago, and they wouldn't buy it off him.
It's down to 8 names, okay? I want to read you the 8 names.
Let's see.
I got it right
The
here.
Washington Red Barons.
Yeah. Stop.
Is that one of them?
No,
Oh.
but it's really close. And it's close to the one I like the most.
Okay.
Okay, so you tell me yes or no. What do you think on a scale 1 to 10? You ready?
Yep.
And then I want Jamie's reaction too. The Washington Armada.
Oh, that's a 1.
Terrible, right?
Yeah, it's a terrible.
The Washington Brigade.
It's like a 2, 3. I'm not. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
No.
No.
The Washington Commanders.
Give it a 5. That's better.
It's not that good. I like this one if they change their name to DC. It's the Washington Defenders. I don't mind that if it's the DC Defenders. I think that like comes off great. You know what I mean? Because they're Washington DC.
Yeah, the DC Defenders. I could see that.
I like that one, right?
It rolls off the tongue.
I hate this one. Ready? The Washington Presidents.
Yeah.
What?
Not original.
Who? Why is that one of the finalists?
If they
What,
were
gonna
gonna
put
if they were
Teddy
gonna go,
Roosevelt on their jersey?
if they were gonna go that way, what they should have did is stole the Washington Senators that used to be a baseball team and then do that as the football team.
All right.
Hey.
I'm gonna save my favorite one for last. The Washington Red Hawks.
Not bad.
Jamie gave me a moderate. He gave me a
I give that about a
moderate.
7. That's not bad. I
Not
think
bad,
I
right?
need to see the logo with it to make me kind of really like it. Like, is it, someone said Red Wolves is their favorite.
Oh well, that's my favorite. That's Washington football team is 7, which is their current name, and then the Washington Red Wolves, and like all the merch that they have with the Washington Red Wolves already is it looks awesome. I love the idea of the Red Wolves. Like I think that Wolf Pack, like you can start a lot of different things with that. Like I might like their franchise more if Daniel Snyder sold the team and they were the Red Wolves.
He's a horrible owner.
Horrible person. He's a horrible human being.
Yeah.
Fuck an owner. He's a horrible human being.
Yeah, he's not a good guy. But he's definitely in the pantheon of worst sports owners. He's up there with the Knicks owner. I think the Dolphins owner is pretty bad at times, but Daniel Snyder holds the mantle.
What? Oh, wait, you're missing someone.
What, in the NFL?
Yeah.
You think who?
Jerry Jones.
Oh yeah, he's bad. But here's the thing about Jerry Jones. At least I think he tries. He just fucks up because he meddles and he thinks it's 1980 and 1990.
It's not just that. He's a shitty person.
Yeah.
Bob Kraft was getting friggin' hand jobs down in Florida. He's a shitty person too.
Yeah, I mean, was it a legal hand job?
Ah, he was in the wishy-wash.
I still know, multi-billionaire. He could have put a wishy-wash in his house. He could have hired someone to be the wishy-wash person in his fucking house.
He liked that
and he wanted to
wishy-wash.
fly to a dump in Florida.
A dump, bro. He was in like a strip mall.
On a fucking private jet next to a Jersey Mike Subs, and he's getting jerked off.
Nothing suspicious here, guys. Kraft just landed his jet a mile away from some dog shit strip mall.
Yeah.
What?
Don't get the mayo from that sandwich place next door. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, Jesus. Did you really go there?
Yeah.
You're such a dirtball.
At least I'm not getting jerked off in the back of a washy-washy. And what part was it? Tallahassee? I forget where it was.
I don't know, bro. Anything in Florida that's not Miami or Orlando, I just could assume is dog shit.
Fort Lauderdale's pretty nice.
Yeah, all right. Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Brad is the best. If getting handies is wrong, I don't want to be right. Brad, you're not paying for handies in... Are you serious right now? Brad, you're not paying for handies in a side road strip mall and being the owner of the Patriots.
Full disclosure, he is a Patriots fan.
I understand. He's arguing for him. Hey, Brad, who do you think is the biggest shithead owner in the NFL? Give me like a top 3. Hey, anybody listening? Zach, Brad, Paul, Jamie. I don't care.
Jack me offer.
Give me your worst 3 owners in football. And if Daniel Snyder's not on your list, just delete our podcast. You're
He has to be on the list.
has to be. He's like
the
number
he's
one.
top 3 worst owners in all of sports.
Yeah, all sports.
Yeah. And I'm going through curling too when I say that. I'm even talking about, the guy in Ontario is horrible.
Curling?
I'm joking. I don't know anything curling.
Like what?
I'm just saying it's a thorough evaluation. The analytics supports this.
This was not. We went off the beaten trail.
That's true.
Mark Davis, Brad said.
You know who Mark Davis wins? Worst fucking haircut of humankind.
Yeah. All right. Let's give Mark Davis his credit though. Mark Davis is such a scumbag. He didn't want to fire Gruden.
Yeah.
And he was real mad about it, that he had to fire Gruden after what happened.
Should be mad at his barber.
And, but he went as far as going, it's all right. You wait till this comes out. Put all the emails out there, and we'll see where everybody falls.
Yeah.
Mark Davis is another one.
Gruden's suing, too.
Yeah, he's probably going to win.
You think he's going to win? He's probably got a shot.
This doesn't change the fact he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I almost feel like I wish like things like that were like litigated out in public so I can hear that person speak to why they did. And just not that it makes it right. I just kind of feel like it'd be interesting
why they did it.
Yeah, and how they were going to explain it. But
just let me know why you did it.
Well, he's a piece of shit. I mean, since we're talking about pieces of shit, and we'll get back to the Eagles soon. Let's talk about another piece of shit. Urban Meyer. He's a piece of shit. Okay, we're gonna make this piece of shit week.
Oh,
why do you have to be such a piece of shit? And Urban Meyer falls on that list because outside of Bobby Petrino, and that would be a heavyweight fight of worst college appearances coming from college head to head. Nick Saban knew what the fuck was up. He's like, you know what? I'm going back to college. Fuck this shit. But Bobby Petrino did it in the middle of the season. Then he got caught riding on a motorcycle with his assistant, having an affair, face planted. And then Urban Meyer kicks Josh Lambo and says, I could do what I want. I'm the fucking football coach. And I knew from day one his tough guy, bully, young college players act will not translate into pros. It doesn't work in the pros. Shad Khan made the best decision he made so far was firing that guy before the season ended. I mean, he's calling his assistants losers. Have you ever won before, bro? He was doing the do you even lift weights fucking moniker. Like, that's his whole attitude. Urban Meyer is probably one of the worst showings of coaching I've seen in a long time. And there's been some bad ones.
There's a Twitter list that has like everything that he did.
He blew the dust off. Carlos Hyde, I'm going to blow the dust off you and sit James Robinson.
Hold on. I'm going to get this list. Keep talking about it.
Yeah, Urban Meyer's just...
They have like a list of everything he did since
there's the Mark Davis haircut. Look at that fucking haircut. I mean, I don't want to make fun of someone's appearance. I don't want to be that way. But he needs to fire his barber immediately, or that's a bad toupee. I don't know. That's probably the worst haircut I've ever seen in my life. I mean, is that a toupee? You think that's a real hair? You don't think so? Jamie thinks it's a toupee.
It's something. I'd rather be bald at that point.
Same. Or wear a fucking hat.
All right, so hiring Doyle, the racist coach from Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
And he had to let him go within like a week.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Tim Tebow.
Oh, my God.
Calling his staff losers. The bar video. Reportedly kicking Josh Lambo.
Wait, hold on. I want to talk. Zach said he pulled Hyde out from the dusty-ass basement he's been in for a while to sit a running back because he fumbled. And he's right. That's exactly what he did. But, James Robinson's clearly more talented than Carlos Hyde at this point in his career. And, also, I'm pretty sure the fact that he went to Ohio State had something to do with it, too.
100% had something to do with it.
Like, let's not develop Laviska Shenault. Let's get Jamal Agnew and Tavon Austin in there. They need some touches because they're the future of the team. Fuck.
And if you want to pull somebody out because they fumbled the ball, I'm not saying that you should pull Trevor Lawrence out because Trevor Lawrence is your franchise quarterback. But have the same standard, right? No?
Yeah.
Throws 4 picks, you don't pull him out of the game.
I got to give Trevor Lawrence credit, though, for standing up there, Urban Meyer, saying, like, yo, I need James Robinson back in.
Trevor Lawrence is awesome, bro.
Yeah,
I think Trevor Lawrence could be fine.
I'm going to buy, whoever's not on him next year, give me all your shares because I'm telling you, he's going to bounce back. I'll buy him.
It came out like $150 a share, down to like $93 a share, man. It could be like a stock that rises, man.
He's had a bad rookie season, but some of the greats have had bad rookie seasons too. So.
Peyton Manning?
Oh, yeah.
One of the worst rookie seasons ever.
Yeah. Yep. So, it's hard to, coaching matters in football. It's not just talent. Coaching matters. Systems matter, right?
Yes.
So, speaking of systems, are the Eagles going to stick with Jalen Hurts, or are they going to – they should.
You love this. You love this too much,
It's all people were talking about till COVID.
Gardner Minshew or Jalen Hurts.
It's just
it'll be the bane of your existence
because they love the backup quarterback in this town. It's like I feel like there should be a jersey in the Eagles fan shop that says backup quarterback.
I think they should start Gardner Minshew.
You think so?
Yeah,
Why?
he's a franchise quarterback.
All right. I'm not falling for that troll take.
No.
But definitely you're starting Hurts.
I'm Elliot Gene Parks, bro.
It just seemed to me, yeah, Elliot Troll Parks is what I like to call him, ETP. So it seemed like they were sure that after the bye that, oh yeah, he's playing. And then it's like, oh, well, he's kind of limited. Now he won. And then it seemed a little wishy-washy for a second there. So I was almost thinking, I was like, is this coming from the top? Like, are they fucking deciding let's give Minshew a look or something?
So I don't know why it would ever come from the top because the only chance
Well, it's the
Howie
whole Laurie
has,
passing theory, right? Like,
yeah, but like the only chance Howie should ever have is, well, Jalen Hurts, I found him. He's this diamond in the rough talent. I drafted in the second round. So if he stinks, then you have Rager, J-Jaw, Hurts, Dillard. Like, these are your first and second round draft picks. Sidney Jones.
How do you feel?
Derek, like,
if the Eagles go receiver again in the first round, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm not against it. They need a wide receiver.
Right.
I just don't want Howie making the pick. They have 3 first-round draft picks. They went Jamison Williams from Alabama or Chris Olave or Garrett Wilson. I'm all right with that. Just don't give me, like, some dog shit guy down the list that nobody knew who he was. Like, I found him. I seen him in the bowl game, Middle Tennessee State University.
So
that guy's, I don't want him on my team.
what about Devontae Smith? Do you feel like he was worth the pick in a sense? Not versus who else went in the draft, but in general, because I hear a lot, especially this week, I heard a lot of talk of how they feel Devontae Smith really isn't living up to the hype. I don't really.
It's not Devontae Smith's fault.
I tend to
You know,
agree with you.
quarterback throws you the football.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
He's got great hands. He runs very good route runner. He's quick. He's elusive. He's smart.
Yeah.
I love the video of him telling who's telling somebody to take the massage gun off their leg. That's just gonna inflame the bruise.
Yeah. He was telling
was it Quez?
He's probably telling Quez that.
Has to be somebody young. Young and stupid.
Yeah.
He had a bruise on his leg. They're using a massage gun. I think anybody like with 4 brain cells to rub together would not. And like, oh, the Alabama education's good for you. Yeah, no, I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, and the guy, he's a master of his craft. Obviously, you can tell by the way he carries himself that he knows his game. There's some guys that come into the league, I think, and they're all talent, and and that's it, and there's no form around their talent. And I think Devontae Smith's got form around what he does. From what I've observed of him, we'll see if that translates into like stardom. But so far, solid, and your quarterback can stunt your growth. That's for sure.
If he drafts another, Zach said the tackle from NC State. No, bro. If he drafts another tackle when you have all that money invested in Lane and Jordan Mailata, I would be so sick to my stomach. Like, yeah, we're gonna have 5 tackles. It's a new line scheme. I came up with it. Howie Roseman here.
So that would be 2 years,
Fucking idiot.
3 years in a row that the Eagles have a first-round draft pick. And not that this translates to the same success, but the last team to do that was
Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Come on, brother.
Ugh.
Yeah, give me some, dude. I love trivia questions, guys.
Yeah.
Love play that game with me.
Who were the 3 receivers?
So one was Calvin Johnson, right? He was the third one.
I believe, yeah.
So the first one was kid from Texas. That was Calvin Johnson, actually.
No, Calvin Johnson was Georgia Tech.
Yeah. So one was from Texas. I can get all their names. I'm telling you, I can. Give me a second. I'm just putting them in. You have it up? Do you have it up?
I know it.
Okay. Apparently you didn't. You said, I think Calvin Johnson was one.
No. Well, I just remember he was the last one he was, but I could tell you the third one. It was Carlos Rogers.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's Carlos Rogers.
No, pull him up.
Roy Williams, Carlos Rogers.
Roy Williams is one. That's the one from
That's
Texas.
No, maybe it was Mike Williams from USC.
Mike Williams is another one. 100% from USC. And if Calvin Johnson, I think, is the third.
That might have been. Calvin Johnson might have been separate.
You're talking about Charles Rogers.
Charles Rogers, yeah.
And I think he went in the 90s.
No. He was equally as disappointing. I mean, that was not hard to do on those.
Pull it up.
I'm pulling up Lions draft picks, draft history. Okay.
Oh, it's laughable.
I mean,
this show is fun because the Eagles game, we had a bye last week and it gets delayed this week. This is what we're going to do on the show. I love it.
All right, so wide receiver, it wasn't Riley Reef. Oh, we were talking like circa before 2010, before Dominican Sue.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm
2000. I think it's
Ernie
2003,
Sims.
4, and 5.
Mike Williams was 05.
Yep.
04 was Roy Williams, and 3 was Charles Rogers. Megatron was later on. Megatron was 07. Between Mike Williams, there was a pick between Williams and Megatron.
Okay,
it was
so
Ernie
it's between
Sims.
05 and 06.
Yep.
06 was Ernie Sims.
Yeah, so it was 05, 04, 03.
Charles
So-
Rogers was 03.
Yep. And
he
then
had to be oldest one. And then Roy Williams, kid from Texas, right?
Yeah.
And then the kid from USC.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, Charles Rogers passed away, if I'm not mistaken.
Wasn't he from Michigan State or Michigan or
Yep, you're right. First one, Michigan State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a monster at this, guys. Monster.
Yeah, Dan Orlowski was actually in 05, too. Not that that's notable.
Dan Orlowski's the man. Don't talk bad about Dan
Oh,
Orlowski.
I think he was a broadcaster. Wasn't a great quarterback, though, that's for
He's
sure.
a great analyst.
Yeah, not a good quarterback.
I'll
no.
take him as my OC, my quarterbacks coach. We talked the challenge together. I had him comment on my post at the challenge.
Oh, you got to meet him?
Yeah, no, I don't. I wish I would have met him. The guy's awesome. It's next level.
So, even though the game's postponed until Tuesday,
Yep.
does that mean
Yes, sir.
Washington's getting all their players back by then?
No, not all of them. No.
So, who are the key players that probably will not be back? Are the quarterbacks
Taylor
back?
Heineke, I don't think will be play.
So, we're going to be looking at Kyle, whatever the fuck his name is. Is it Kyle something? Whatever.
Sims?
Sims? No. Who's the backup that he
I
brought
don't
from
know,
Carolina?
bro. I don't know who the third string quarterback is.
He
for
was
that
starting for the guy that used to be in Carolina with Rivera. I forget his name. He's not going to play?
team. I don't know.
I mean,
I really have no idea who their quarterback is this week. If it's not Heineke, I know Fitzpatrick's out for the year.
now that the Redskins are usually pretty stout. Kyle
The football
Allen.
team.
Kyle Allen.
The football team.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. The football team.
Please stop messing that up.
Washington signs
I don't like
QB
racist names on the show.
Jordan Tamaua.
He's not playing. They signed someone that's going to start.
I would
over
be
him.
interested in play because he was entertaining in the XFL.
Yeah.
Played for the St. Louis whatever the fuck. the
Yeah,
names was.
yeah. No, he was. I love that St. Louis team.
True story. I actually won
like
a
the
little bit of
Houston
money
team with
betting on
PJ
the
Walker,
XFL.
though.
I would bet on the XFL.
PJ Walker.
Yeah. He got his shot this year though, and he peed himself.
Washington. No, he didn't. He didn't get a shot this year. Get the hell out of here.
He played, but he's not going to be a
Played
good
a
pro
little
quarterback. I mean,
Almost brought him back last week after he benched Cam Newton.
yeah, but like that's it. If he's going to succeed, that's his guy. He played for Matt Rule in college. Robbie Anderson there. That was
he
his
hasn't
career
got
too.
a full week of preparation as the starter. He's just coming in as a backup when Cam Newton's blowing the game.
So do you think they should be starting him? I mean, I would.
I mean, why are
they
you
gonna
starting
lose?
Cam Newton?
I don't know. Good question. I mean, see Max out for the season. Your season's lost. See what you got in PJ Walker. I mean, I'm not against it. I'm just saying he hasn't showed well, and I want him to show well. I have him in a dynasty league, believe it or not. Deep down on the bench.
Brad said, try being a Pats fan at draft time. All they do is trade down and take O and D tackles. Guess what, Brad?
But it works.
But you guys play in the Super Bowl every other year.
Yeah, it
We had
works.
Christian Darrisaw this year, I think. Defensive tackle from Bama. It's a monster.
Yeah, they
Love that kid.
At least they know what they're doing. Like with the Eagles, I feel like Sirianni and them were coming into it. Then they hit the Giants game. I was like, wait a second. Then the next week they did what they were supposed to do.
They got to run the ball, run the football. That
Yeah.
defensive line is missing everybody. Sweat's not playing. Allen's on the COVID
Sweat was
list.
he was out with an injury too.
Broken jaw.
Yeah. Ooh.
Sweat's not playing. Allen's on the COVID list now. Chase Young's out for the year.
Yep.
They have
Is Allen going to make it back?
no. He was one of the most recent ones.
They should have like 250 to 300 rushing yards in this game. That's what they should do.
They should run the ball every play.
Should they go Patriots level run and just do 3 passes?
Let's go at 4.
4 passes.
Let's go 4.
Okay.
Jalen will be 1 for 4 with a touchdown and a pick.
I'll take it. It's a win. No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to like when I think about a game how it's going to work out. I try to think about the players. I mean, is Antonio Gibson going to make it back?
Yeah, yes. He's playing.
They don't have their pass catching specialist, J.D. McKissick, because he just has a really bad concussion. I don't know if he's going to make it back either.
He almost got killed in that game.
Yeah, he's
Speaking
been out
of
for
concussions. Did you see that kid last night?
I missed that hit
The
actually.
tight end. He didn't even get hit hard. His head snapped back at the.
Donald Parham, also a former XFL star.
Yeah, his head hit the turf on a.
Is that what the injury was? Because I missed it when Buck said it.
Yeah, he dove for a ball. He had the ball. His head hit the turf, and didn't even hit it that hard. Just hit it the right way. I mean, the head's a crazy thing. He was out cold, eyes closed, arms stiff. I mean, he looked like
He's usually sure-handed guy too, and he's a mountain of a human. He's 6'8".
I mean, he caught the ball,
Yeah,
and then he dropped out of his hand when he got knocked out cold.
Yeah, I
It's not
remember.
his fault. He was out cold.
I remember.
He's usually Godfrey over here, scumbag. He's usually a sure-handed guy, but when he was knocked out cold, he dropped it.
It looked like he dropped him when his knee hit.
No.
I thought it was some
He got
kind of
knocked out cold, bro. He was like, his eyes were like closed, his hands were like stiff. He was knocked out.
I thought he was having a seizure at one point, and I was like,
Godfrey, he's normally got good hands.
Normally does.
Like,
listen.
Oh, you're savage.
And Jerry Maguire, he he held on to the ball. That's all I'm gonna say. Just show me the money. But I do remember that guy, Parham. He was an XFL star. He was so big and fast because of the talent in that league. He was unstoppable in that league. I'm not even joking. Like, he was unstoppable.
Who did he play for?
He played
Washington
for no, not the Roughnecks. It was the Dallas team, the Dallas Renegades.
I could never root for Dallas.
Yeah, those were actually.
I rooted for the Roughnecks and the Washington team.
I hope the XFL comes back. It
was good product.
Yeah, I felt so.
It was good product.
I thought so.
COVID hit, and they're like, oh well, we're not doing anything now.
Yeah, well, they needed ticket sales. That league really wasn't getting the TV revenue that like the NFL was, but there were some players that were interesting to watch, and I think it'd be great to have an off-season professional football league, like a minor league or a winter ball for football, so to speak,
Yeah.
And I would totally be down with that. I thought it was
got guys like Johnny Manziel starting for him.
Didn't he get cut?
No, he was playing for some
Argonauts. You know who was starting for the New York Guardians? Mike Glennon.
Oh, he's starting for New York Giants now.
Yeah, but what's funny is he got benched on the Guardians, which is hilarious.
Oh, it is hilarious.
If they lose to the Giants and Mike Glennon, I am out for the rest of the fucking season. There's no way they lose that game.
I mean, you should be out now. I want the Eagles to make the playoffs. I really don't.
I mean, I'm not rooting against them not to make it, but I won't be upset if they don't. My expectations were not playoffs. I'm still in the Jim Moore phase. Playoffs? Come on.
I don't really want. I need them to fire Howie, and if they make the playoffs, it's gonna be like, oh look, we made the playoffs already. We'll be fine.
I think Howie's already weaseled into next year. Unfortunately,
I hate Howie, man. I really do.
He slid right into 2022 like nothing, like the Grinch that stole Christmas. He's right in there. It's fuck the guy. He would be a good Grinch. I think if you dressed him up in green, he would play Grinch well.
Yeah, he looks like a weasel.
Yeah, what if he? Yeah, it will never happen. And see, he was in hot water until he pulled out that Super Bowl when it was like, oh boy, and then he extended him. But you know what?
It's the most magical run of all time.
It was a magical run.
Exactly what it was.
They hit on so many one-year free agents. It was unbelievable.
You know what the worst part is? Like, I can't. It's so tough to admit that your Super Bowl was a fluke. But it was.
I mean, it was a fluke.
It was a fluke.
But to
be fair, look up the definition of a fluke and read it out loud.
Sure. What's a fluke?
Definition of a fluke.
Wow.
F-U-L.
Why don't I have a picture of the Eagles Super Bowl when I pulled it out? That's fucked up. No, unlikely chance, occurrence, especially a surprising piece of luck.
Okay. So your starting quarterback tears his ACL, and a journeyman backup at this point with Nick Foles comes in and wins 2 games, throwing for 900 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
What would you consider that?
I consider that sometimes I'd rather be lucky than good.
Yeah.
And that was
Corey Clement. Where's he been?
Oh, my God. People forget the Super Bowl he had.
Unbelievable.
I was like, what the fuck? Like the catch in that one corner of the end zone?
That catch was insane.
I was just like, this kid's playing the best game of his life.
Has Alshon Jeffrey caught 15 passes since that game?
No. Everybody showed up. They showed up. Those 2 games. It was shaky until the Vikings game. And remember, they were down 7-0. And we were like, oh, shit, is this where it ends? And then Patrick Robinson takes to the house. I was like, it's on.
Oh, yeah. Timmy Ta, what up, buddy? Tim Ta, we're asking if we think the Eagles Super Bowl was a little flukish. Oh, I'll love your opinion on that. Brad, how do you feel about the Patriots sitting your starting cornerback that game?
Oh, that was beautiful.
Malcolm Butler.
Although Malcolm Butler, yeah.
I mean, if he plays, we probably don't win.
Actually, where I think the Eagles won the game, and a lot of people forget about this, is when Malcolm Jenkins knocked out Brandon Cooks into next fucking week. I'm going to tell you, if they had to deal with Brandon Cooks and Chris Hogan was burning the shit out of the Eagles defense, it was trouble. But he knocked him out.
Oh, Washington signed Garrett Gilbert.
Fuck is that?
You remember Garrett Gilbert? He started for the Cowboys against us like last year or 2 years ago when Dak was out. He was terrible. He was awful. Garrett Gilbert. You don't remember him?
As long as it's not Ben DiNucci. That's fine.
Oh, Garrett Gilbert was terrible.
Yeah.
Ben DiNucci was terrible too.
Yes, he was. So, Eagles got to win the ball. That's your prediction of what they got to do.
Yes, they have to run the football. Howard, Sanders, Boston Scott, Gainwell.
Howard's
They're all
back.
playing, right?
Yeah, Howard's back, right?
Yeah, Howard's fine.
I think
I
you
hope.
got. I want to see. You know what I really want to see more of from the Eagles, and this concerns Kenneth Gainwell. I want to see more screen passes in the offense. I need more. I need more of that. Why not? Kenneth Gainwell's a good receiver. Miles Sanders not. I'm sorry. So he shows it. He had more of a patient running style.
Why are you apologizing? He's not a good receiver.
I'm apologizing for the people that think Miles Sanders that are Eagles fans that think he's a top 10 back. He's not. But I've heard that. I've had this argument with people. I'm like, sure he is. And then I ask
love that.
whether is a fluke or just
Whether it was a fluke or just subpar guys playing to their actual potential. I don't care. Shit was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Tim,
And-
that's correct.
Yeah. I will take it every time. But, remember that thing people used to ask you, like, listen, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl this year,
I
will
don't
you
care,
take
we're
10 pad
terrible.
seasons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
I'm fine with it.
Waiting so long.
We won a Super Bowl. I'm good.
Yeah, I think the city ejaculated when they won. That was a mass ejaculation. Like, it was just.
Bro,
from
that
the ground
parade
up.
was amazing.
It was.
You were there,
What about the
right?
night before? Oh, yeah, I was there. What about the night before on Broad Street? That was amazing, too, I've never seen the city so not angry than that day where everybody was cool with each other. Just never seen it in Philadelphia. That was the day. They should name that day the happiest day for Philadelphia.
No one likes us.
Yeah.
No one likes us.
I have a beanie.
No one likes us. We don't care. We're from Philly.
From fucking Philly. Is that how it goes? Okay, I
We're
thought so.
from Philly. No one likes us.
And we don't
We
fucking
don't
care.
care.
Oh, they should have had fucking to that. Did it?
You
Someone
just wanted to add the F word.
I did. They were.
There's kids listening to us. Godfrey, you scumbag.
There are.
No,
Wow.
I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Well, that's cool. My dad would have did the same thing. Take me to Death Wish 5 and then listen to a dirty podcast. No. But so yeah, I agree with you. Eagles got to run the ball. Can the Giants, whatever, Redskins, I'm sorry. The Washington football team. Can you guys get a name for the love of God?
We're already getting pulled off
You know,
the air.
I'm going to call them something else. Let's call them the Potatoes or something like that. Or like
the Potatoes?
Yeah, so there's something where
I'll just call them the Red Wolves.
The Red
That's
Wolves.
what they should be.
Yeah. I want to give them a shitty name. How about the Feckless Snyders or the Snyder? I don't know. Whatever. I fucking hate that team.
I do too,
But
You're not making
there's no
sense
way
right
they
now.
could. There's no way they can win. There's
no way.
I can't say that, but the Washington Redskins should not be able to win.
Garrett Gilbert, bro.
No.
Stud.
I don't want to say that something's guaranteed after the Amanda Nunez upset last week.
Oh, jeez.
So, how about that jerk off that put $300,000 on her? So
that was a dumb move.
I would have put that on at least the fight not going the distance. That's a safer bet. Minus 520
it's-
versus minus 1,000.
What's that? Hindsight's 50-50.
It is, but my hindsight at the beginning, whatever. That's when people say it's guaranteed money. That's like the death nail, and that's the only time you make a bet like that. That guy, I wonder how that guy felt. You may think that could have been Floyd Mayweather that made the bet. We don't know it. 'Cause
I don't know.
He doesn't.
I hope the guy. I'm sure the guy has a lot of money.
Or that was his
He's
whole.
betting $300,000 to win $5,500.
Or was his home equity loan?
Oh.
Hopefully not. So the Eagles got to run the ball. I don't see a way they lose this game unless everybody gets COVID on the Eagles before. They're more healthier. They should just win by Washington having sheer lack of players or players that haven't even been playing. Right?
You're correct. They should win.
So I don't remember if you told me, is Gibson out?
Gibson's playing.
Okay. So Gibson could be a
It's
problem.
almost all on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, so Gibson could be a problem.
Outside Heineke.
I mean, but even if McLaurin, he wasn't going to make it, now he's probably going to play because he had a concussion. But they said he was borderline for this week.
Yeah.
With a couple extra days, maybe he makes it.
Sorry, the Slaymaker is going to handle him.
Yeah, but if I'm Washington, why am I playing Terry McLaurin? Should I rush him back?
Oh, Garrett Gilbert's going to throw bombs.
Oh, yeah, right. That's another reason why I won't rush him back. He's just going to be. So hopefully he doesn't get another concussion blocking something.
If Jonathan Gannon does not blitz this guy.
I was going to say that. I'm so glad you brought that up.
If he does not blitz this guy, I'm out on Gannon.
I don't care who it is. Blitz Heineke, too. Did you see what happened with the Cowboys?
I want nickel double A.
They should bring the house. How about we dial up the 46? All right? They should bring the house.
Dialing up the old Buddy Ryan defense.
They should bring the house because these guys haven't gotten snaps. You're not going to tell me they're going to be in there and have, a cute pocket presence. I would have been blitzing Tyler Heineke as well. I mean, the Cowboys, they harassed him last week, right? I mean, they dominated that game. And Tyler Heineke, people have been singing his praises, but you know what, though? I mean, hey, he didn't.
If you're singing his praises, you're not watching him play football.
I agree.
That's the problem.
Well, here's the other problem with that, too.
He's not good.
Announcers, I don't know if the network tells them to do that or not, but they're always trying to sell us on players. Like, oh, yeah, this guy's really good. His story's
you got to do that. You don't want to be like, oh, well, we're here today to watch this guy who sucks, hopefully.
Well, you don't got to say he sucks, but you don't got to act like he's,
that's what they're doing.
A top 10 quarterback.
They're there to do that. Stop. He's not even close to a top 10 quarterback.
The way they talk sometimes, you should hear, you're like, okay, guys.
By the way, I know this isn't.
If Vilma did
I know this isn't wire to wire, but I have a. You got to be kidding me.
Okay.
I'm a friend of mine.
Okay.
You don't have to play the soundbite or anything, but I have a friend of mine that that's a Cowboys fan. I know I had to.
Look at Jamie with the sports facts.
Big breath here.
No starter has been announced.
Yeah, because he just signed him. Like, if they can't announce him a starter, like he didn't even have a playbook yet. But he's a Cowboys fan. And we were talking on the phone. We're talking about the Cowboys, and I'm razzing him. I'm like, Pollard should be starting. Dak is just average. He goes, Dak's not average. I'm like, he's average, bro. He's 10 to 15. So he's like, no, he's not. So
I think he's improved, but I think where people get it confused
10 to
is
15,
this.
bro.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with you. I think where people get it confused is you have to take football and you have to take fantasy football and separate it. They're two different things here. You could be a good fantasy football quarterback like Taysom Hill and be a bad quarterback like Taysom Hill, right?
Okay, so this is I'm like, all right, so if he's not.
Dak's not bad.
I'm
just
saying,
saying.
What would you consider an average quarterback? He goes, I don't know, like, 13 to 20 range. I said, I think he's 12. I think the average quarterback is to 10 to 15 range because anything below 15th best quarterback in the league, your team's looking to replace you anyway. But follow me. I'm like, he said that he was top 5.
No way.
I said, okay, let's go through this real quick just for fun.
Okay.
I said, would you take Dak Prescott or Aaron Rodgers for 1 year only? And he reluctantly goes, Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, okay.
Of course.
Would you take Dak Prescott or Tom Brady for 1 year and 1 year only? He goes, I'd have to go with Dak. I was like, are you serious? Are you doing drugs right now? He's like, no, I just.
Dak Prescott or who?
Tom Brady. For 1 year, 1 year only.
I had to ask twice.
I understand. So he's like, oh, no, I just think Brady's like, his team's making him really good and he's older. I'm like, all right, fine. Would you take Dak Prescott or Kyler Murray? And he says, definitely take Dak. I think Brady would be closer than Kyler would be.
I could see Dak over Kyler.
What?
I mean,
What?
Well, I have my reservations about Kyler, but we'll see as time plays out. He's got a lot younger.
He said he would take Dak over Josh Allen. I'm not kidding.
Really? No.
I swear to you.
No.
Jason Chambers, if you're listening, you wouldn't be listening to Birds Deep.
There's not top 5. There's not top. He's not top 5.
No, not at all.
WTF?
Can you play that again? That was really weird.
WTF?
Can you get like a better one of those? Like, is there a better WTF?
Sure. How about no? We don't. That's the only one we got.
All right.
How about that for him?
There you go. Let's get score predictions, then we'll get into our quotes and counterfeit green.
I don't even know how to fucking score this game, but I'll give a shot at it. Like,
take a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's gonna look like 1986 or whatever year the strike was replacement game, and the Eagles are gonna win. Like, I'm thinking like a 31-7 game, 34-7.
27-13 Eagles.
Do you think they get 13 points on the board, huh?
Jonathan Gannon. Dude, the first 3 drives, Zach Wilson scored touchdowns. Do I need to remind you of that?
I believe that, but I think this is the type of game where this can make Jonathan Gannon look good, even though it's not. But meaning like you should destroy Gilbert Arenas. Is he going to play quarterback for him too?
Gilbert Arenas.
Whoever's playing quarterback. 20-14 Eagles for Jamie. Okay.
Thank you, Jamie.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go 34-7. That's what I said before, right?
I said 31, but we'll go 34. We'll make it higher.
Sure. Why not? We could do that. So
You have a quote?
you go first with the quote. I'll go first. First, my counterfeit
I
green.
feel like you don't ever have a quote ready.
I'm indecisive.
We just can't change the rules if we don't like the results. This is referring to the COVID rules because we don't like the results that Washington's going to have to forfeit the game. And don't make the fucking rule that way. Like, that was the rule you put in place. Live by the rules, you die by. This is the Skulls, bro. This is the Skulls. You don't know the movie reference. You live by the rules, you die by the rules. I double quoted it.
I like it. I got a Mike Singletary quote. You know what my favorite part of the game is? The opportunity to play. So, that's the opportunity for these guys to play that's never going to play before again, probably, in this Eagles Washington football team game.
Okay.
There's another one I like, too. And good is not good when better is expected. And that's Vin Scully, legendary Dodgers announcer.
Sounds like Jalen Hurts to me.
Yeah. It does sound like it's or the Eagles team. And I think, good enough. Good to me for this game wouldn't be like 21-10 we won. Like, they should go in and you're pissed that you got to play. I don't disagree with some of you. I understand. Show you're fucking angry on the field and stomp a mud hole and walk them dry. You should dominate this team. They should. They really should. I mean, they're
playing a JV football team.
Exactly. And so if you come out flat and your excuse is, well, we were ready to play Sunday, I'm not fucking hearing that.
Oh, God. Don't give me the Joe Webb excuse.
Oh, I'm still haunted by Joe Webb. They would have had, like, I think the 2 seed that year if they didn't lose that fucking game.
Yep. They would have had a bye.
Jesus Christ.
Joe Webb.
I'll never forget that. I remember sitting in a bar and like, how the fuck did we... Who's Joe Webb? Whatever. Anyway, counterfeit green is where we're at right now, right?
I'm assuming that's after the quotes.
Yeah, I think so. So my counterfeit green is this Eagles playoff run that people are trying to make up in their minds. Okay, if they make the playoffs, great. But when I hear people calling up saying like, "Listen, I want to start Gardner Minshew so he can make a playoff run," I'm like, stop with that. There is. I'd rather have the higher draft pick. I'm not one for tanking. I want him to win every game because I'm entertained as a fan. However, to steer your season differently because you're trying to make the playoffs when you know you're not a contending team, you have a lot of needs, and there's a lot of people you're trying to figure out what they are for the future of the organization. When people say that, it's an excuse to say, well, I really don't like the other guy. I was listening to the radio today, and someone brought up a point in the radio, and I felt like, there's a lot of people that are angry about it I do think they have some righteous reasons for being angry about it. And then I think some people are mad because it guarantees that Hurts is going to be in. And if Hurts doesn't end up being a guy, that's fine. But this whole thing of if you expected the Eagles to make the playoffs at the beginning of the season, you're out of your fucking mind. And that is my counterfeit green.
Yeah, my counterfeit green's pretty simple. It's the Eagles running backs, all of them, all 4 of them.
Wow.
They all stink. If they were in a different situation, it would be awful. The reason the Eagles running backs do well is because they play behind one of the best offensive lines in football. The Philadelphia Eagles are number 2 in the NFL right now at run block win rate. Sorry, I'm an analytics a little nerd when it comes to things like that.
I can live with those analytics, though, because they're quantifiable. You can measure it.
But Landon Dickerson, Jordan Mailata, Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson, they've been playing out of their damn mind this year. The Eagles running backs aren't good. Between Boston Scott, Jordan Howard, and Kenny Gainwell, you have a 5th-round running back and 2 guys that have been cut and practice squad players all throughout the league. Miles Sanders is your bell cow, your blue chip 2nd-round back, and he fumbles the ball and drops more passes than any of them. And you're arguing over which one's better. I'll tell you which one's better. Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson, Jordan Mailata, Jason Kelsey.
I don't disagree.
What's the truth? Anybody that thinks these running backs are any good, they're just really not.
Miles Sanders is frail. He gets hurt a lot. I mean, even at the end of the game, I'm sorry, and that's part of the game. But listen, the point of me bringing it up is he's not a bell cow back because he hasn't shown the ability to have the durability to do that.
There's not one of those running backs that would run behind that Steelers offensive line, which sucks,
pretty bad,
and be any good. There's not one of those running backs that would go to the Texans and be good.
Yeah, the Texans.
I'll take one of those 2 running backs over in Denver, bro. Melvin Gordon and Javonte
Williams. I love him, man.
They look great. Both of them.
Give me Javonte Williams all day.
I would take him
I
all
believe,
day.
since you like analytics, he leads the league in broken tackles.
Dude, he's a horse.
I love him.
His yards after contact is insane.
Yeah, he's going to be a beast next year when he gets to rock all by himself and gets a full complement of touches. Like,
you're right.
Straight beast, top 10 fantasy pick next year. I'm on it. I don't care. Say I'm drafting him early, I'm on him. Straight beast.
I'll tell you who
and he catches the ball.
I'll tell you who I'll never draft again.
Who?
Never drafting Christian McCaffrey ever.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey. You can just write those two off my list. They'll never be on my team ever again.
Dalvin Cook hasn't made it, but Christian McCaffrey is on my, I like to call, no-fly list with Julio Jones. As talented as Julio can be, I just don't think like Julio
I
wants
told everybody before the season started what Julio was going to do.
nothing.
I said that. I said before the season started, I said he'll be on the IR. He'll be on the injury list. He'll have a Q next to his name.
Yep.
Half the games in the season. He'll have hamstring issues, soft tissue.
I was right on to Calvin Ridley, though. I didn't think that would happen. I feel bad for him, but I don't know what he's going through. But I didn't think he would be that good as people were expecting. Maybe he crumbled under the pressure of the expectations. I don't know what.
Maybe he just doesn't like playing for a shitty-ass Falcons team.
Yeah, but
I don't know what his mental issues are, but maybe it's just like I don't like losing. I don't know.
They're in playoff contention.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Listen, there's their 7th seed. I'm not saying they're not.
It's like saying the Eagles are.
He's
in
not
playoff
on the
contention.
Texans.
They are, but they stink.
He's not on the Texans where you feel like you broke out of jail when you get traded. I mean, it's
Mark Ingram thought he hit the lottery. Brandon Cooks was sitting there like, please take me with you.
Yeah, Mark Ingram was crying because he's like, I'm going home.
Yeah, home. Anywhere but here.
Texans have done a fabulous job of fielding the worst team possible.
They're going to get Kayvon Thibodeau. They're not even going to take the quarterback.
Well, I wanted to bring this up for you in the show because I thought you would be entertained by this.
I'm entertained.
The Pitt quarterback.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett.
Saw an interview with him.
Okay.
On TikTok. Apparently, he's a big Eagles fan, and there's an Eagles fan freaking out, and a big McNabb fan. They said, "Who's your favorite quarterback?" He said, "Donovan McNabb." So I see Eagles fans like this on TikTok, like, "Yeah, let's pick him now." What's your assessment on this guy? I haven't watched a lot of him.
I mean, he's a good quarterback. He's not going to be a great NFL quarterback by any means. He's got a good arm, strong arm. He's mobile. He's agile. He's not like Lamar Jackson mobile, but he's like Justin Herbert mobile.
Would you take him over Jalen Hurts?
Yes, 100%. But I wouldn't take him in the first round draft.
Okay. Do you think he gets overdrafted in the first round?
Of course.
That's the one thing I noticed about the NFL today is that GMs invent quarterbacks, and they push them up in the draft where they shouldn't be drafted as high. It's just the fact. Howie is another example of the second round with Jalen Hurts. Hurts was a 3rd to 4th round pick?
3rd to 4th round grade, yeah.
But that's all we got for you today, folks. It was a little bit different, but we felt like let's be different this week because the football game's on Tuesday, and that's just different in itself. Everything's different. We'll be different.
Good time, though, man. I thought this was one of the smoother shows we ever had.
For sure. Love talking football. Can always talk football. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate everybody that sticks for the show. Jamie on the other side, Mike working remote. You know where to get the latest episode of Birds Deep. If you didn't hear it all, it came in the middle of it. You got Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Google Birds Deep. You got me. Thursdays, 6 to 7. Wire to Wire the night before, 8:30 to 10. Action-packed hour and a half of sports, all sports that you can think of. And you can catch all of us on the same platforms. So this is the Godfrey not saying goodbye, just saying take it deep.